Not so smooth sailing for Delta right now. The stock, as you can see, down nearly 9% at this hour after the company released its fourth quarter earnings. And while the airline more than doubled its fourth quarter profit on strong travel demand, investors disappointed with its full-year profit outlook, which fell below previous guidance and, of course, as you can see, sending the stock downward. Something that Delta didn't mention in its earnings, its $600 million stake in electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle company Joby. And while Delta may be soft pedaling a little bit, the new technology, people certainly were out in Las Vegas at this year's Consumer Electronics Show talking it up. Liz Claman caught up with the CEO of the EV toll company tied to automobile giant Hyundai to get a look at their newly unveiled SA2 model. Watch this.
We are outside the Las Vegas Convention Center's West Hall in what's called a vertiport. This has been built by Hyundai for its Supernal division, Air Mobility. Okay, look at this. This is an air taxi, at least a prototype of it. We want to know about this because Hyundai has big ambitions. Come on, let's meet the CEO of Supernal for Hyundai Motors, Jaiwon Shin. It's great to have you. Thank you.
Very nice to meet you.
Okay, first of all, how did you get this in here?
It's a top secret. It's very difficult to, we can disassemble and bring it over here and reassemble here.
Okay, so it didn't fly here yet?
No.
No, it can't fly yet.
It's a mock-up.
Let's talk about it. How big is it?
It's about 30-foot length and 45-foot wingspan.
Okay, and how fast will it eventually be able to go?
We can fly about faster than 120 miles per hour, but you don't have to. So about 120 miles per hour.
Okay, in a perfect world, this is going to be an air taxi, a flying car, if you will. Let's talk about the rotors.
Yes.
Tell me about these.
So we have 8 rotors for safety, and they are all driven by electric motors.
Okay.
So this airplane is completely powered by batteries. So that's the beauty of it. So no emission, no nothing comes out of it. Right? And then these rotors are all tilting for maximum efficiency. So during takeoff and land, these forward rotors will tilt up, and the ones in the back tilt down.
Show me where the batteries are.
Batteries will be right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand the batteries are heavy. 40% of the weight?
Heavy, yeah.
Okay, so how many people can fit in this thing? In fact, let's try and open the door so we can see.
I'll show you.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see leg room. I'm liking it. How many? Okay, 4 passengers.
4 passengers and 1 pilot.
Okay.
1 pilot seat, and then we have actually luggage storage space right by the pilot. So that actually serves another purpose. So when passengers sit here, they don't really need to come up to the pilot. So for the security reason.
2020, we were here at CES, and you had a different prototype.
Yes.
You were partnering with Uber Elevate. Uber Elevate eventually shuttered, sold itself to Joby, your competitor. Tell me where you stand in the lineup to get airworthiness approval, because Joby is supposed to get it sometime this year, if you believe all of the blogs. And not to mention Volocopter, which is a German company, and they expect to get a special permit during the Paris Olympics to ferry people back and forth.
Yeah, we believe the right product at the right time. Really, there's no reason to hurry up, build a vehicle when infrastructure is not ready and the regulations are not ready. So we believe 2028 is the right time for our right product. And in terms of certification, getting type certification and all that, we are looking at this year, we're going to file a type certification application.
Okay, let's walk around the front of this. Eventually, did I hear correctly, no pilot?
No, there will be 1 pilot.
Always?
Yeah, always.
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 That's good. That's definitely good. I want to talk a little bit about what it's made of. What are the materials?
It's a fiberglass because weight is so important for our vehicle. So a lot use of fiberglass, and yeah, that's it.
You've built an R&D, research and development area in California, so you're serious about this. So this isn't just some, oh, look, it's Consumer Electronics Show, let's get a big crowd here.
Right.
You're believers in this. You partnered with Honeywell to create
Yes.
the vertiports. This would be very similar to a vertiport,
Right.
where it'll eventually go. What's your timetable on when this happens?
We believe 2028 we are scheduled to enter the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
With passengers.
With passengers, yes.
The FAA is very, very sort of staid in their opinions and views. They want everybody safe. I mean, the technology is almost far ahead of the regulation, is it not?
In a way, yes, because it's such a brand new market, and no one has done this before. So we have formed a very partnership-like relationship with FAA. So FAA is trying to understand industry, and we try to help FAA to come up with the right regulation.
I mean, it's fascinating. It's great. We talk about safety, and I think to myself, there are at least 10 companies, Jaiwon, who are vying to get in the air first as a real opportunity business venture. How do you control the traffic? I mean, who's going to be in charge of all of that if a bunch of these things are flying around?
Right, that's another good question. So when I was at NASA, that's why we started what's called...
Yes, and he was at NASA, okay? Of course.
Yeah, that's why we started what's called UAS traffic management. And it's basically all the vehicles can actually detect themselves and separate themselves. And also air-to-ground communication is much more robust than today's air traffic management system. So some of those will have to be employed.
Why do you think Hyundai is so focused on spending a lot of money? These are capital-intensive projects. Why?
Because we believe in integrated mobility. So we want to provide this air mobility as an option to our customers, not only ground, but also air. So by integrating them, you and I can save a lot of time.
Would you be scared going in one?
Not me.
Not me, you're not going in?
No, I'm going in. I'm going in.
He's going in.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.
Good to have you.